There are lots of antique tractors on the farm, and each one played an important role over the years. Back in the 1800s, the workhorse of the farm was an actual workhorse. But today, we're going to talk about the Kubota M125X.
That was awesome.
Hello, friends, family, and YouTubers. We're still on vacation at the farm over Christmas, and friends and family have been around, so it's been cool to get to visit with them. Today I thought I would go through the Kubota that we've been using at harvest. I've sometimes said it's not my favorite tractor, mainly because there are so many controls in it, but it's a good working tractor and it does a lot of things around the farm. So we'll cover what the controls do and some of the other things about the tractor, what we use it for, and how it kind of fits into the farm rotation. So here it is. This is a Kubota M125X, and you can see a PTO drive on the back as well as the lift arms and several of the hydraulic hookups here on the back end. You can see some hoses there already adapted, and those are go up to the front onto the bucket lifts so that we can use the grapple. If you didn't see us using the hay grapple, you can check out the pre-harvest videos where we were rebaling straw. Like I mentioned, there is a bucket on the front. Chris has also got a fork adapter for this, and the forks are used to plunge into the big round hay bales so that he can move those around. The bucket adapter you probably saw on a previous episode where we were picking corn up off the ground. Buckets on a farm on a tractor are indispensable. They're so useful for so many different things, especially when you make a mistake and leave the combine door open. So let's climb inside and take a look at the controls. You can see there's a lot going on here. We have monitors, lots of levers, shifters. We'll look at each one of those things. So as we climb in, I'll just start right here on the ground. You can see there's an emergency brake there. And then pedals, there's the clutch right here, 2 brake pedals. If you don't know about how these tractors work, you can brake according to the one would brake the left side of the tractor, and this one would brake the right side of the tractor in case you're stuck in mud and trying to steer in mud or snow or some other situation, you're pulling one way or the other. You can brake on one side while you still drive with the other side to help direct the tractor. And then this is actually a throttle pedal right here. There's a manual throttle up top, but you can use this as well to accelerate the engine if your hands are busy doing other things. Obviously, there's a lot in here for your hands to be doing. So right here you have forward and reverse. You just use this to shift from forward to reverse, and you can pull it out without pushing the clutch. The steering wheel has all this rings on it, and this is the Ag Leader Steady Steer, basically what that is. And it's not really connected right now, but it connects to another piece, and that is what does the robotic steering for planting and tilling. It basically uses a GPS unit, and then you don't have to touch the steering wheel while it's driving, and sometimes I think they do turning on the end as well. And so I did forget to mention down here, there's a pedal to adjust the steering wheel up and down. And we'll do that so that we can look at the gauges. There's various warning lights over here, your RPMs, and then your fuel and temperature gauges, as well as some other stuff. Right here on the dash is a monitor, and this is actually for cameras. So you can connect several cameras up to this through a wiring harness. This one is disconnected right now. But a lot of times when he's pulling, say, the hay baler or something like that, I think he usually pulls it with the other tractor. But when he's pulling something large, like a cart or a hay baler or something else, you have your cameras so that you can see behind you or see wherever it is that you need to see. The Kinsey, I believe, is used for planting monitor. I've actually never used that. Yeah, that's definitely for planting. And then the Ag Leader back here, and controls there for another part of the Kinsey monitor. We'll go down to this control. This controls the bucket that's up on the front of the tractor there. You pull down and it raises the bucket up. You push forward, it raises the bucket down. And then left and right actually tilt the bucket front to back. That's what that is. Right here we have the hand throttle. So this is going to set the baseline throttle for the tractor. And then from wherever you are on there, you can press the throttle pedal down there to accelerate the engine. And then here we have a shifter from high range to low range. And obviously it's in neutral right now. And so there you got a high range of gears and a low range of gears. And then inside of those ranges, there are multiple gears. And so use these buttons to shift up and down in those gears, and you don't have to clutch to do that necessarily. So this turns on and off the PTO drive that we saw on the back, the shaft sticking out there. This is to engage and disengage that. And then these levers control the hydraulics. One of them controls the arms on the back, and the other controls the auxiliary hydraulic lines, raising the arms up and down or maneuvering the auxiliary hydraulics, whichever way you need to do those. And back here we have front wheel assist and different speed switches here. And some of the stuff, I'll be honest with you, I've never used it and I don't know what it does. This has something to do with the hydraulics. I think this sets the whatever the standard positioning is, and then the different lights that are on the outside, the running lights and working lights for the tractor. Oh, and I almost forgot, we've got the air conditioning and the radio. A lot of us remember a time when this was very rare. We didn't have cab tractors when I was little, and so we definitely didn't have air conditioning. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and start it up and back it out. You can see down there it's in first gear, and the fuel is going up, which is good. Have enough fuel to drive. Hey, there is a camera connected to that, a backup camera. All right, let's see if we got a different camera on here. I believe we can hit select. Nope. 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 Yep, that's the backup camera. But that's cool. All right, so we'll give her a little bit of throttle. I'm going to raise the bucket up with this one. See if you can see that. I don't know if you can see it. Not hit the combine, and then we'll put it in high, shift it into reverse, and back it on out. Okay, so now we'll get out and do a quick walk around to give you a look at the outside. On a small farm, the Workhorse tractor does a lot, and that's certainly true of this Kubota. In the springtime, Chris uses it for planting, and throughout the rest of the year it's used for things like mowing and moving hay bales, both square and round bales. At harvest time, it's used for pulling wagons, among other things. Because this tractor has a bucket, it's really useful for a lot of things, like spreading gravel and lifting people up to cut branches. Be sure to check out our pre-harvest Day 3 video, where Chris uses the Kubota along with a brand new hay grapple to move square bales that we rebaled. Thank you to everyone for watching. We're going to continue making videos about equipment that we use here on the farm, but if you haven't seen it, check out our Harvest 2023 playlist. Be sure to like and subscribe to see what happens this year on the farm.